What's wrong with this image? At first glance, it might seem like just an empty street. However, there's something fundamentally flawed here, and it's emanating from something we barely notice but rely on every night. Figured it out yet? The street lights are on, but there is no one around using them. Lighting is responsible for a quarter of energy consumption worldwide. The fact of the matter is, street lights take up an exorbitant amount of energy and money to power at night, when the majority of the time they aren't even being utilized. For years, city planners and governments have known the money-draining power of street lights. Solar panels and more efficient light bulbs have been proposed as solutions to this widely unnoticed problem. However, these solutions add no extra benefits to the current system and leaves us with the original wastage of unutilized energy. Not only does it leave us using more fossil fuels, but the streets are now littered with the lesser-known pollutant light, which carries its own host of problems.
But it doesn't have to be like this. Hi, I am Gerard Reek, and along with Kershaw James, Jonathan Earl, and Sanjay Dugu, form Slight, a team with a revolutionary new solution to this problem at hand. We switch off the lights when they aren't being used. We simply implement a system that detects when vehicles are around. Sensors are placed along the roadways which help detect passing vehicles. Their speeds are captured and lights are turned on when around them. When there is no traffic, the lights are simply turned off. This allows us to not only save a tremendous amount of energy and cash, but also capture important data about our streets. Roadways have been a vital part of our cities from ancient Egypt to New York City. Collecting data from them reveals a lot about the state of a city.
Slight won't only save money and resources, but also captures useful information on the speed of vehicles and congestion at different times of day. This data is stored in a real-time database, daily, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is the definition of big data. Everything is stored in a warehouse. Reports are generated on the predicted speeds of cars on the street, and an estimation of the congestion level of each street is made using machine learning algorithms. Furthermore, these warehouses can be used by 3 main groups: law enforcers, city planners, and governments. Law enforcement officers shall know where speeding offences are occurring. City planners can optimally determine where best a new road can be placed. The government would have an accurate estimate of what to spend on street lighting. And finally, optimal traffic light control is possible given the data.
The system software is tested using small-scale roads and autonomous cars which were coded to drive just like normal ones. In place of street lights, LEDs were used. At this scale, IR sensors are used to detect the cars, and their speed was calculated using a series of cheap microcomputers which communicates over a network. However, for a real system, more appropriate sensors would be used. The key point to take away from this prototype is, given the right data from sensors, the software perfectly decides which lights to turn on and off in front and behind a car. The system is also less of a hassle to install than solar panels or light bulbs because not much about the lights itself has to change. Street lights have a built-in timer which turns them on and off day and night. The system would utilize this property. Sensors don't need to be placed at every street light but can be spread evenly. The amount of microcomputers is even smaller as a single chip controls an array of lights and sensors. The benefits of the system far outweigh the costs endured during installation and maintenance.
Speaking of costs, Slight's proposed business model is rather unique. Installation is free, that is, you only pay for the equipment needed. But maintenance of hardware and the use of data and reports are a paid service, as servers and technical personnel are needed to ensure a smooth operation. This service is marketed towards companies and government institutions.
Slight will change the way we see roads and data collection in cities, from saving energy to urban planning. Slight is anything but Slight.